so fucking for real right now.
That's fucking wild, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Welcome into Truly Chaotic. This is episode 25.
25.
25, feel the vibe, feeling alive.
Not feeling alive right now.
Why not, Kelsey? Let's talk about it.
Oh, sorry, my dog's reverse sneezing right now. I took it too far last night, as one does.
As you always do.
Yeah, I never learn.
Your self-control is insane.
It's not there. Like, once I have two Trulies in me, it's not existent.
You know what? I think you don't take it far enough sometimes.
Yeah, there's the Amanda that we know.
I actually could have taken it further last night, and I didn't. I didn't throw hands, which was nice.
Good. I'm
What
proud
else
of
is
you.
new?
Yeah, I went to the Red Sox game, and it was Pride night, so it got a little crazy. But there was one, we ended up, we were getting drinks, and this girl was, like, screaming at this, like, elderly bartender. He looked so sweet and nice, and, like, you could tell it, like, he was, like, in his early 70s. Like, he was so old. And she was, like, screaming at him, like, belligerent. I think it was because her card got declined or something. And she was like, it's your fucking system. Like, it's not my card, all this shit, like, screaming at him. And he's like, it's working for everyone else. Like, it's not the system. And she's like cussing at him, like pointing at him, like screaming at him. And so he takes her drinks and goes, you know what? Never mind. And pours them out. It's like, I'm not going to serve you then. And she takes a beer that was sitting on the bar, full beer, and throws it at him. And it gets him soaked.
Oh my gosh.
And I was standing, and then she runs off, and I was standing there in shock. Like, did that just really fucking happen? So then I was like looking for her, because I was like, thank God she didn't stick around. I would have literally thrown hands. Like, how dare you? I couldn't. I felt so bad for the poor man. He was so old. And he was covered in beer.
I feel like working, like serving people alcohol is a tough job, honestly, because you get those people that are like so belligerent sometimes, or just like pissed
Like
off.
the Kelseys
it's
of the
not
world.
even your fault. I would say
I would
kind of like
would
me.
never.
Yeah,
I would
maybe
never
more
treat a
than-
bartender that way.
No, I'm talking about belligerent.
No,
Oh.
well, no, I'm talking about like being rude to the bartender, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah,
I
you
had
look like
a
a
guy.
Karen, Amanda. You do look like a Karen.
I feel like I try to make the bartender my best friend.
Right. Why would you want to
Like,
make an enemy of the
yeah.
bartender? You're not going to get any more drinks.
Yeah.
Duh.
I had a guy, I don't know, it's like a week or so ago. I was really busy and I was behind the bar and he would like he snapped his fingers at me. He was like, "You, hey," and I turned around and I just went off on this guy. I was like, "Are you snapping your fingers at me?"
That's
and
crazy
he
work.
was like, "I'm sorry, I know." And so another guy came in and he was there that night and he goes, "Oh, are you gonna cuss anyone out tonight for snapping their fingers at you?" He's like, "That guy was such an asshole."
I mean,
Like,
that's so disrespectful. Why
I
are you
know.
snapping your fingers?
like
It's
there's
so-
yeah.
Like, it's so clear when someone has never worked a day in the service industry in their entire life. Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
Why did you just do that,
What?
Phil? That hand movement, it was getting close to something over there.
This?
Yeah, but your hand was a little bit straight.
What? No, I'm stretching, bro. Okay,
Stop.
dude, stop. No, you guys remember how I tore my shoulder a little while back? Dude, can I speak?
I can't do it anymore, Phil. I can't
No,
do
you
it.
guys know how I tore my shoulder and I had to get cortisone shots. It's starting.
Yes, you had to
It's
you had to
starting
get
to
a
bother me again today.
replacement shoulder blade.
It's starting to bother me again today, so I had to go to the doctor again and get it checked out.
Oh.
To see
Did
if
you
I
get your
needed it.
gonorrhea checked out too?
I did.
You're gonna sip a herpaclat.
I checked out the pain. Could be a hernia.
Or chlamydia.
No, it's not. We're not gonna make.
Okay.
People love that clip though. Thanks. Now
I know.
Now
You're very welcome.
I'm on. Are we dating the same guy? And now I'm also on. Does this guy have the clap? Like.
Oh my god, I can't. You never know. Men are out here being crazy. Like
Not
there's
me.
probably
I'm
is
celibate.
probably is a page of like does does this guy have the clap? And people are like exposing guys for having STDs.
Probably.
Speaking of exposing, another thing happened last night. We were at a bar after the game. That was a wild segue. We were at the bar a- after the game, and they have a photo booth area thing. Like it's just like a screen that you can like sit in front of and take photos. And there was this group of like 21-year-old Irish lads, and we like look over, and the guy is standing up on the table, unzipping his pants and taking his literal dick out in a crowded bar. Like nothing is. It's like in the bar. And my friend Kim was like, "What the fuck? That's not okay." She like ran over because she has no problem confronting people. She ran over and she's like, "Excuse me, did I just see you guys like do that?" And they were like, "Yeah, you want to see?" He pulls out the picture and shows it to her, even though she's like, "I don't want to see that."
What the hell?
So then she went, she went to the manager and got them kicked out.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, why are you exposing yourself in a crowded bar?
Yeah, why
Yeah,
are you
that's
exposing
crazy
yourself
work.
in public? Period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could have gotten arrested for that. Public
Yeah.
indecency.
Facts.
Would you guys ever have sex in public?
I'd have many times. Not many times, I'm lying. I have before though.
You're like, why would you expose yourself in public? Yeah, I have
What-
sex in
Well,
public
it
all the
wasn't like I
time.
was doing it like it was at a park and it was like late at night.
Does a car
Like-
count in public? I feel like a car doesn't count
Yeah,
as
and I've
public.
done it in cars as well.
Like we were in like a parking lot.
I never have. Ever in public.
Really?
Because you're fucking mother fucking Teresa.
Or I just feel like
vanilla.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Fucking
It's
We'll call her vanilla.
Okay.
rude. Yeah, that's so rude.
That is really
You've
rude.
called yourself vanilla before.
She can call herself vanilla. You can't call her vanilla.
Okay, I agree that you are vanilla, Amanda.
I don't.
I can
think that
agree
I'm
with
vanilla. I don't recall
her.
saying
Okay,
this.
I'll pull up the
Yeah.
clip.
Roll the
Oh.
clips.
Roll the tapes.
Roll
Play
the
it back. Wind it up. Play it
Wind it
back.
up.
Oh, speaking of play it back, Amanda, how are you feeling this week? Your boy released an album.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. That album was highly anticipated, and it turns out to be complete. Not complete, but
It's
like
fucking
almost
ass.
like dog shit.
It's fucking ass. For those that don't know,
sh-
Amanda's a
Oh
big
my
Lil
God.
Wayne fan. I was a Lil Wayne fan for a long, long time. Yeah, he released an
Either
album.
you are or you're not.
I mean, his music.
I don't know. I tried to get through it. Like I got the album and it was tough, but I made it through.
Wait, you
and then
got the album? What do you mean?
like I just downloaded it.
Oh, okay.
And it was hard to make it through all of it.
Is
I'm
it
not
really
gonna
that bad?
I listened to
lie. Girl,
3.5 songs and I shut it off.
I
And I
listen, I am a diehard fan of his, so I like listen to every song all the way through.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was tough.
Is it one of those albums where like you have to listen to it more than once to start to like it?
No.
the production was terrible. The beats were terrible.
Oh.
The rapping itself was just not good.
Yeah. Like there was
Oh.
nothing like catchy or like that
It
you could
was
vibe to.
very outdated. It sounded like a lot of his songs were recorded a little while back, and I don't know. So I don't understand why the album was released now when it could have been released earlier. Didn't address anything from the Super Bowl. Didn't address him
Yeah.
getting slighted on the Super Bowl. Like nothing.
There was one song that literally he is rapping and in the background is like a bunch of zoo animal noises, like elephants and like all this. Like it sounds so chaotic, so crazy. And then there's-
Elephants?
Yes. There's one song that I thought was really
What?
good. And then about halfway through, it's an electric guitar solo. It just does not fit anywhere in this. I was like, what
What
is
the fuck?
happening? It was honestly, it was sounds like he might have been on drugs. And he thought maybe this sounded great.
He's like,
And
this
it
is
just
it.
did. You know when you listen, you know when you hook up with someone and you're drunk and you're like, oh my god, they're so cute, and then you wake up and it's a fucking literal troll. Maybe
Every time
that's
I
what
hook up with
happened with.
someone. So.
Maybe that's what happened with his album. He thought he was
Wait, that's
on
happened to you
something.
a
He thought
lot,
it was
Kelsey?
good.
So much. So
I think that's
like
happened to me
a concerning
twice.
amount of
It's
time.
happened to me twice where I woke up and I was like, ugh. What in the fucking
Oh my
house?
god.
What in the
That happened
fucking
like
bridge
twice a week,
troll?
maybe. I
What
don't
the
know.
fucking bridge troll did I just hook up with?
That
First
happens
of all,
to-
I can see it. Listen, I can see it happening to Kelsey with the same person.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, actually. Oh
She's
my
like,
god, it has.
Let me give you a second chance. You know, I don't know.
Kelsey, at that point,
has.
that's not a thing. Like you can't say that they're ugly. I'm sorry. If it's happened more
You
than
can,
once, no.
actually.
It's if it's happened
You
more than
were
once,
attracted to them at
that's a
one
choice.
time.
That's a choice. You can first time it's like okay, I made a mistake. The second time, that's a choice.
It was a bad
It
choice.
was a very poor choice.
Yeah, but
Choice
Choice
sometimes
you've probably made
but
2 or 3 times.
not 2 or 3. 2 maybe.
2 or 3.
No, it happens exceedingly like a lot. Well, when I was back in my like hookup days, I don't really like hook up with people like that anymore, but I'm going to be honest, there have only been and I've said this before on this podcast. There have only been a handful of men that are like actually attractive that I've like talked to or hooked up with. Most of them are not pleasing to the eye.
I mean, we've
But-
all agreed. We talked about it before. We've all had
Yeah.
our fair share of uggos. Like,
Yeah.
we've been there.
Well, I don't think Phil actually ever admitted to that, but me
What?
and Amanda have.
What?
I feel like he's too prideful. He wouldn't admit that.
Admit what?
that
Having
you've-
your fair share of uggos.
I'd say 3 people.
Not for nothing. I feel like Phil, and this is not a dig at you, Phil.
It's about to
Don't
be a
take it
dig.
that
That's
way.
like when people say, "Listen, I'm not racist," and then they say racist
He's
shit.
he's like, she's like, no offense, but
Listen, but I feel like Phil often pulls girls that are like out of his league a little bit. Not like out of your league, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
So,
yeah.
like,
am I the? Hold on, I'm not saying.
are
Yeah,
you the other?
I'm the
He might
guy.
be the uggo.
I'm the uggo. I'm the uggo that Kelsey wakes up next to and is like,
Yo, that is wild. Oh.
No, I just mean like I don't know. Like,
No,
the
I don't
girl-
take
out
that
of
as a
his-
dig.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
say
take
out
that
of
as
his
no. I don't take that as a dig at all. That means I
That's
pull.
right.
But
it's like
I would
not
say
out of his
he
league,
does
but
pull like very attractive women, I feel.
yeah.
So then at that point, it's like, am I an uggo if all these women are, you know? Can't you
No,
guys
you're
just
an attractive guy, but I think the women
are out of my
that-
league? Is crazy though.
not out of your league, but you know.
You said that. We can re-roll the tapes.
He said, wait, am I the uggo?
Am I the fucking ugly person in the situation? I definitely think.
I'm not
definitely.
gonna lie. I think subjectively, like women tend to go for less attractive men because they want to be the attractive one in the relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
I
think
feel
about how
But
many
why?
beautiful women. Think about how many beautiful women you see with absolute creatures, and that's
Well,
not a
here's the-
reference to
well-
you, Phil.
It is, but it isn't.
But like, think about
Well,
it.
no, I feel like it's because women often look for personality more so than men,
That's
right?
fair.
So like
True. That's true.
women will consider the personality or sense of humor, funniness more so than the attractiveness.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Because an average guy can become a 10 if his personality is just top tier, you know? But as far as
Yeah.
men, I don't think a man would ever be like, oh, she's a 4, but her personality is a 7. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I think we need to stop. I think single women as a whole need to stop giving ugly guys chances because they still act like you give it up. Like, what is that saying? Billie Eilish said oh my God, hello. In an interview, she was like, "You give an ugly guy a chance, he think he can rule the world," and it's like, and then he ends up playing the girl, and it's like, bro, you're ugly.
Yeah.
Like she gave you a chance.
He gets a big head, like an ego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets the ego boost, and then he treats her like shit.
I do not do that.
Crazy.
He gets a big head, wears a white
I'm
sweatshirt.
not
No,
referring
just
to
just
you.
for the viewers. I'm just saying I do not do that.
He's like, it's not me. No, I was talking about uggos in general, not you.
No, I know. I'm well aware. I'm just clarifying for the viewers. That's all.
Okay.
I treat women well. For the
Hey,
viewers.
Phil, can you clarify one more time for the
Yes,
viewers?
for the viewers, I treat women very well. Thank you.
Except for if you don't know the difference between Michael Jackson
Yeah, then
or
fucking
Yeah.
kick rocks barefoot and play in traffic blindfolded. Respectfully, of course. Thank you.
Wow. That was aggressive.
That was clarity. That was clarity for the viewers.
Yes.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I can't. That was
You
wild.
can't what?
Guys, did you see the video? This is like completely a separate subject. Did you see the video of this plane that was I think it was delayed they were like sitting on the tarmac for like 2 hours. Like they were just sitting on the tarmac for 2 hours because it was delayed and something was like there was an issue. And this young girl gets up and they allow her to start singing Moana over the phone.
Did I send you that?
The intercom? No, I don't think you did, but you probably saw it. It went viral. And like, what would you do in that situation? Because I'm pretty sure I would kill myself.
I'm probably punching the kid in the face.
Like, I'm not kidding. I'm opening the exit door and leaving. I don't care if I
Wait,
get put on the no-fly list.
I thought you were gonna say the older lady who just pulled her pants down and started taking a piss in the aisleway, because I saw that one.
What the
That's
fuck's
a viral
happening in
one.
America?
Wait, no, I saw a guy do that too. And then he woke up. He was like blacked out, and he woke up in airport jail and was like, "What did I do?" And they're
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Sir,
the one
you
I
fucking
saw,
pissed."
the one I saw was a woman. She was like an older woman, and she just like pulled her pants down and started to piss, and then she was like, "I had to go," and like they just like took her down, like
Like,
arrested her.
what?
It's crazy. I don't know. And I'm like, why pull your pants down? Just pee your pants. Like, I wouldn't expose my whole naked body. I would just like pee my pants. You know what I mean? Like if I had
Would
to
use
do
the bathroom
something.
like a normal civilized
What
human.
I don't think they were letting anyone. I don't know.
They legally cannot allow you to not use the
I don't
bathroom.
know.
One
I
time
don't know what's going on.
I had 4 beers before getting on a plane one time, and I had to piss so bad when we were taking off. And you know how they're like, you can't get out, like you have to
Yeah.
like have your seatbelt fastened and everything. We were still ascending, and I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to piss my pants right now. So I understand it, like I get it, but I just got up and went. I was like, try and tell me not to use the bathroom, then I will pee on the floor. Like,
Well, I think because it was people were getting off and like it was blocked. I don't know what the
oh,
reason was, but she ended up getting arrested, I think. I don't know.
well, that's crazy. If I was on a 2-hour delay on a plane and just sitting there and a child started singing Moana over the loudspeaker, it would invoke violence in me, I fear.
What do you think about those like parents that are like, "Oh, can my child switch with you? Switch
No.
seats?"
No. Immediately no.
I don't care. I'll switch with them.
Why?
Why not? What
If
the
you
fuck?
pay for your seat, you would
I'm paying
switch
for
with
my
a
seat.
child.
Who pays for my seat? What are you talking about? How do I pay for my seat?
can-
Typically, you pay for your seat.
Yeah, you select a seat, and sometimes if
not
you
how it
want
works
to
in
be
Canada.
closer up. Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm letting you know that's it. For the most part, you don't pay.
When you buy a ticket, though, you select your seat. No.
Yeah. I'm
So
not paying for
in
that.
theory, that's paying for the seat
Yeah, but regardless,
because you select it.
yes,
It's
but
not like Southwest.
I don't have Southwest here.
But I'm just saying it's not like Southwest where you can just sit wherever. You don't have an assigned seat.
Yeah, I don't care for that. Like, if it's gonna make the kid comfortable, then go ahead.
Ew.
Why is that ew?
Because what the hell? I'm not taking a middle seat just because your crusty, dusty kid wants the window.
It doesn't bother me. But
I wouldn't
I
either.
will say, like, listen, if I'm sitting in the middle seat, you better expect for me to fall asleep on you.
Well, what about if you've like paid for your seat and you've got a kid behind you that's just so unruly, outrageous?
I'm
like
turning
kicking
around
your
and I'm
fucking
saying,
chair.
"Hey, little boy,
like-
fuck off."
I would say something 1000%.
I'm telling the little
Or
boy
I
to
would,
fuck
like,
off.
I would look at their
Me?
parents and be like, "Can you control?" this? What's going on?
I feel like I'm so, I don't know. I
Listen,
would
your
turn
little
around and
semen demon.
say, no, I would say, kicking someone's seat isn't nice. You shouldn't do that. Like, literally, that's
She would pull
exactly
out
what
her
I would
mom
say.
voice.
Hey,
She's like,
hey,
we
Timmy.
don't do that. We
Timmy,
don't do
Don't
that.
do
don't kick the seat, Timmy.
I would totally do that.
Yeah, no, I'm turning around
No.
and I'm telling them, can you guys please tell your semen demon to stop kicking my chair? Thank you.
Yeah, same. But yeah, you would switch seats with the child?
Yeah?
I
Like, pick
know.
a struggle,
You just
Phil.
called
Pick a
one a
struggle.
semen
I'm
demon.
not actually turning around and saying that. I'm going to say, hey, listen, can you guys please stop kicking the seat? Thank you.
I don't know. There have been some flights I've been on where I am like coming back from like a bender trip where I'm so hungover that like the slightest inconvenience. I'm surprised I haven't snapped yet. Cause like the slightest inconvenience, I'm like, I'm gonna end up on the no-fly list,
Yeah, probably.
and it usually is surrounding a child. I'm not gonna lie. Have you heard that saying where it's like, if you don't have children, you're entitled to a child-free life, not a child-free world?
Yeah.
I'm like, I would enjoy both. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I just can't stand when parents take their kids to the restaurants and they just let them run wild and literally let them do whatever they want.
Running
Like,
around.
make a huge mess,
Oh
like
yeah.
run around like a crazy animal. Like, I just can't, honestly. That's my pet peeve. I feel like is,
Personally,
I don't know.
my parents like took me out to restaurants from a very like I was a baby when they started taking me out, and they taught me how to act in a
Yeah.
restaurant. And my mom would give me a look if I was being a little too loud, if I was doing something, if I started, she would give me one look and I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm shutting the
And
fuck up.
nowadays,
Yeah, they need to bring back hitting.
Uh,
Is that wrong?
Kelsey almost just agreed with you.
Is that wrong?
I got spanked. I got spanked as a child. Like if
Yeah.
I did something bad,
Yeah.
I was spanked.
I don't
Yeah.
think my
And I
parents ever hit
not very
me.
often because I didn't want that to happen again.
I don't think my
But like
parents
if I
ever
was really
hit.
bad,
I don't think my parents ever hit me, but definitely had like a fear thing.
Did it happen like one time maybe, and then you just had that fear, like that, but they didn't do it
No,
anymore?
it's just like my dad was
Oh.
very intimidating growing up, and my mom was not intimidating, but she laid down the law. It was like, do you want me to tell your dad? And that's when it was like, all right, Mom.
My mom was ruthless, honestly. Like, I would say something to my mom, and she would just be like, pop, backhand me in my mouth.
Pop.
Like, I'd be like, Mom, I love you. Good morning. Pop, shut up. No, I'm just kidding.
it's like
Shut up, go clean the dishes.
No, but I do remember one time my mom, um, my little sister was talking back, or I don't know what she was saying, and my mom like popped her in the mouth, and she had like a ring on, and she busted her lip, and my like there's just blood coming out, and my mom was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Like, she's like, didn't mean to do it. My sister was just crying, like blood was coming out of her mouth. I was like,
oh my
gosh.
God. That's wild.
But yeah, I definitely did not act like a crazy person in public.
Me either. I think it's so different now that I have friends that have kids though. Like so it's like I love my friends' kids. But otherwise, get away from me. I'm not kidding. It's weird. It's like a weird sense of like, I don't know.
Kids always flock to me. I fuck with kids. I like them.
Same. I feel like I like being around kids.
Yeah, me too. I much rather be around kids than adults, because kids are just like, it's the same thing
Same.
with pets. Like they're just like, they're so
First
innocent.
of all, we're not gonna disrespect dogs like that.
What
Don't
are you
ever.
talking about? I'm saying
Dude.
I'm saying
Just kidding.
I'm saying I'd much rather
Yeah. No, I
be
get what you're
around
saying.
kids and animals than adults.
I don't know about
Me too.
animals. I'm not big on animals
I
that
mean
like
animals,
Listen, you
not
have
kids.
weird fucking animals, Amanda. That's why. You have like fucking pet rats and fucking gophers and squirrels and shit as pets. Like get the fuck out of here.
Dogs.
Yeah,
Those
prairie
are
dogs.
normal in West Virginia.
Yeah, and so is having
No, I'm
sex with
just
your
kidding.
cousin. but doesn't make it right.
I feel like West Virginia is like a little. West Virginia is not that south, Phil.
It doesn't matter. Cousin fuckers.
Okay, that's crazy. My friend one time matched
Wild.
with her like third cousin on Tinder once, and then she found out that was her cousin.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad I don't have a huge family like that. That's crazy.
I have a massive family,
Yeah.
but I avoid. If I'm dating a Portuguese girl, I definitely do a background check just to be sure.
You're like, is there any lineage here?
Well, so listen, my dad's dad, so my grandpa on my dad's side, um, dated my grandma. They were married. They had my dad. They had another kid. Well, he broke up with her and dated the mom. And then
Wait, whose mom?
my grandma's mom.
Okay.
And then, so they were like, I don't know, like dating for a while. Well, then he broke up with her and dated
The grandma.
the sister of my
The mom.
grandma. And, yeah. And then and then had a kid. 2 kids, actually. So my grandfather.
So they were cousins and siblings.
Yeah.
That's West Virginia.
Wait. Wait, okay, so first of all, was there drama? Like what was the tea between the mom and the sister and like was girl code a thing or no, they were just like fuck it,
I
we'll all
don't
date
think
him?
so.
I see what
Well,
you're doing here.
so
I see
he
what
was
you're
like a
doing
player. He was like a really player, and he got with my dad's mom, obviously, or whatever. Well, he was started like hanging around the house and stuff, and then he started to like her mom, which is my great grandma. And then they just got together. And then my grandma moved out with the kids. And then after he was done with her, he got with the sister. And then had 2 kids. So my dad technically had a brother and sister, but also cousins.
That is crazy.
Like, it's weird.
That is wild.
But like they weren't, my grandfather wasn't related to any of them. You know what I mean? He just slept with all the women in the family. And then
That
like,
is crazy.
I don't know, it's weird.
Wow. Do you guys respect girl code? Is guy code a thing? No,
to a
I
certain
feel like
extent.
it's
To a
not.
certain extent.
I feel like it's not.
It's
I
like
feel
you guys
like
all
it
be
used-
you guys all
reverse.
fuck each other's girls and shit.
No, that's crazy. Okay, what are we talking about in terms of guy code and girl code though?
Like just like I would never. Let me think about if I have in the past, because that would be bad if I said this.
I would
I-
never sleep with
I wouldn't
someone
date-
that one of my boys has dated and had sex with.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's just a. I don't think that's guy code.
I
That's just
wouldn't.
a code.
No.
That's just like a code.
Yeah. Like what I've had guys like try to like start talking to me, and they've like dated my friend in the past, like close friend,
Yeah, I've had
and I'm like,
I've had a few guys that I know that aren't friends, but they know they've tried to hit up my exes. And my exes
yeah,
are
but
like,
I just think it's just
my exes were like, "Hey, this is what's going on. Your boy." And I'm like, "First of all, that's not my boy. That's just a friend of
It
a friend."
depends maybe how serious of, yeah, like a friendship. Are you guys
Right.
actually friends or not? And then also too, how serious were you and that other person? Like, was it just like a little talking stage? You guys flirted, or you know what I mean? Like stuff like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
I'm talking about like if they were like seriously dating and like in a relationship.
No, I'm not doing it.
I will never do it. And it doesn't matter. And like his argument was like, oh, that was years ago. Like she's married now. Like she has kids now. Who cares? And I'm like, that's still fucking weird.
Yeah, no.
Like you guys dated and like talked and like were together for years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I would not do that.
I feel like that would be weird. But also too, I feel like the term guy code and girl code became a big thing in like 2010-ish. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody was saying it, but it really didn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know, because
I feel like
back
girl code
then,
is just like basic like human decency.
exactly. No, yes. Like,
Okay, so-
it's like if you see someone doing something that's like, you know, they're with your friend, are you gonna tell them? yes. You know what I mean? I feel like guys wouldn't a lot of the time.
Okay, now I have a question for you guys. If you guys saw, or like, let's say you came across someone's page, or like a guy hit you up at the bar, you found him on Instagram, and you saw that he had a girl. Are you guys messaging that girl?
Okay, so I actually, this is good that we're talking about this because something similar recently just happened to me. So my thing is, I've done that before where I've like reached out to the girl and then it becomes a
Snitch.
point where the girl is like, I'm being like a decent human. That guy's a piece of shit. Why are you doing that? But also, I don't do that anymore because usually what would happen is
They'll
the
attack
girl
you.
would like turn on me. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
she's
she
so
would turn on me and
manipulative.
I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm just trying to help you out, girl. Like, if you don't want to believe me and you want to like attack me for that, then like that's fine. But I have in the past and I have recently had a girl message me on TikTok and she was like, hey, um, I do you know this guy? Like I've been dating him for a year and I found your username like in his DMs and I found your phone number in his like phone saved in his phone. Like can you tell me like what happened between you two, all this stuff? And to be honest, I don't even recognize it. Like I recognize the guy, but I don't recall like ever like it was never really a thing. Like maybe I matched with him on Hinge or something. We talked for like a few days and then nothing ever came of it. But if a girl reaches out to me, I will gladly send screenshots if something has happened. Like if you're reaching out to me, I'll help you out, girl. But I'm not going to go out of my way to like tell the girl because usually it just results in me getting attacked.
Yeah, I never have, honestly. I'm just always like, wow, that's fucking shady. But like, you know what I mean? It's like I never take it upon myself to like reach out.
Yeah, I won't reach out. That's not my business. Not my fucking circus. It'll eventually come out. I'm not
Also,
gonna be the
yeah,
guy to say anything.
Eventually figure it out.
so I had this girl message me. This was like a long, long time ago. And she was like, "Do you know so and so?" And this guy was like a huge supporter of my live streams, like on TikTok. And like I never flirted with him, never, you know what I mean? Like, but he clearly was like commenting on all my videos and my, whatever. And I would reply back like, "Oh, thank you," or just basic shit. Um, and she messaged me one day and was like, "Do you know this guy?" I was like, "Yeah, I just know of him from, like social media, whatever." She was like, "I'm his wife," and blah, 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 like going on this huge big rant of like, has he ever like this? You guys were talking. I'm like, no, nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you could tell that like this wasn't her first time like suspecting him. You know what I mean? And she was just like going crazy with all this stuff. And I was like, I'm so sorry, but I've never talked to him in private message. I've never done anything. And then she blocked me. Like, I
It's
don't
like,
know.
but she should be redirecting that anger to
Yeah.
her suspected cheating spouse or
Yeah.
whatever. But I think, like I've had a few times I've had the girls reach out to me being like, "Can you tell me like what DMs he sent you?" And I'm like, "Sure, like I have nothing to fucking hide. I'm the single one." So I tell them, but I at the same time I'm like, "Hey, like if you're at this point where you're messaging strangers on the internet to like get screenshots of what he's doing behind your back, like maybe walk away at that point, girl. Like that
I
it's not fucking worth it to do that. That's
listen.
so exhausting.
I could never, it could never be me because I'm going to tell
No.
you right now, if I could never lose my self-respect that much to message a
Yeah,
girl and ask what's going on. Like,
right.
I don't
If you
know.
have to do
It's
that,
just
you
crazy.
probably shouldn't be in that relationship.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's maybe time to walk away.
Yeah. Like if you have to go out of
It's
your way to do
wild.
that, you should probably leave the relationship because clearly you got some trust issues there and clearly
Yeah.
someone is doing some shady shit that is making you think that way.
Would you guys ever stay with someone that cheated on you, or have you? Or did we already
I
talk
don't
about that?
I think we have in the past, but I don't
Oh.
think I could. I don't think so.
Next question.
Crickets. I don't think I could either,
Um,
but I don't know.
I think it
I might.
depends on the circumstances. I think
I
it
couldn't.
depends. It all depends. It depends how deep if it's like fresh, then probably not. If it's like a thing where it's like a long term relationship and you two are willing to possibly go to therapy and talk it out, I'm not opposed to that. That doesn't guarantee that you're going to stick around because the issues may not get resolved, right?
Yeah.
So
Have you guys seen like those girls who their whole social media accounts are like thirst traps, and then it's like, oh, I'll let you know if your man is like replies. It's kind of like baiting them. Do you guys think that that's right or no? Like where
that's
she'll
weird.
flirt with them to
That's
see if
weird.
they'll flirt back.
That's
Well,
weird.
it's
I've thought
like
about doing that.
a bait thing.
No, but
Like
that's
literally
weird.
there
That's
are
weird.
women.
Why?
What do you mean why? If you're purposely trying to thirst trap to get men that are
No. So she makes money
No.
from it. So like the
Yeah, she's like,
girlfriends
yeah.
will message her and say, "Hey, DM my man and see if he replies back."
that's
Or
weird.
like
But again,
say
if
whatever.
you're having to do
It's
that
like a setup.
and say thirst trap my man to see if he responds, the fact that you're doing that means you shouldn't be in that
No,
relationship.
1000%. But I think
Yeah.
it's hilarious. And I've actually thought about starting a side hustle doing that.
They've like those accounts make a lot of money. You
A
know what I
lot
mean?
of
Like
money.
it's what do they call that? The trust
Fucking
test or
weirdos.
something. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's
Call it
weird.
weirdos.
But it's like
Phil's so mad about it because he'd probably get trapped.
I would not. I wouldn't.
I know he has a lot of aggression.
He's
would.
like
right now.
fucking weirdos. That's so weird.
No, dude, that's so weird to thirst trap a dude.
Because you would fall for it.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. If I see someone in a
It's
relationship,
basically like how to catch a predator, but how to catch a cheater.
but that's what I'm saying. If you're having to go
Right.
through all that, don't be in the relationship.
I mean,
feel
fair,
like,
but still, it's like,
curiosity though, like sometimes maybe they just want to know. Like, let's say like
If you want to
they're
know,
about
that
to
means
get
you're
married.
insecure in the relationship.
No, but I like just I don't know,
Yes.
for like shits and giggles, maybe. You know, like
There's no
what would
shits
my
and giggles.
man say? What would my man do? I don't know. You know what I mean? And then, but I feel like a lot of women go into it kind of
Yeah.
playfully, like with
I would-
no bad thoughts, and then all of a sudden it's like their man is fucking
Yeah.
texting this
Yeah.
girl, and they're pissed.
I would do it, be like, I just want to see, and then I'd hurt my own fucking feelings because
Exactly. You're setting yourself
I
up
would
for failure.
not be well.
Setting yourself up for
So-
failure.
But that goes to show, though, if they would do that,
Not
then they
always.
would
What?
believe
Yeah.
you.
Wait, setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
What, should we not trust men then,
No,
Phil?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, hear me out. I'm saying, it goes, A, he responds like a fuckboy, and then you're like, okay, fuck you, bye. B, it's the same thing as going through someone's phone. B, you do it, that person does it, he reacts respectfully or ignores it, and then if he somehow finds out that she did that, it's like, okay, you don't trust me. Why are we in this relationship? It's the same thing. As soon as you start going through your man's phone, you have no trust. You should not be in that relationship. I'm sorry.
Fair. But
I think everyone should have the right to go through anyone's stuff that they want. That's just my opinion.
No.
I think so.
No, because you probably do it.
No, I don't. Fuck off.
You going through someone's phone without them knowing. You don't trust that person.
Not without them knowing, but they know that anytime I could take your phone and go through it.
And the
You know what I
moment
mean? Like-
yes, but those are two different things. Like, okay, for example, let's say, okay, give an example of what you're doing on that phone. Like,
Whatever
what do you
I want.
No, but are you going looking for something, or are you just going on their phone to like Google something?
Yeah, I'm fucking looking at it. Whatever
No,
I want.
that's not what I asked. Are you going through their phone to look for something? Like to look if they're doing something shady?
Not specifically, but
No,
if
to
I
look
want
if
to
they're
go
doing
through
something
all
shady.
your DMs and apps, I'm going to.
You have trust issues. I'm sorry. You should not be doing
I
that.
okay, I can see both sides to it. To one extent, I do see Phil's point where like if you feel the need to do that, like you probably shouldn't be. Like you have some issues that you might need to work through. But at the same time, I'm with Amanda, whereas like I could take your phone at any time, and you shouldn't have any issue with that because you shouldn't be
Yeah.
hiding anything.
No, but
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying.
That's why
I'm
it's
not-
a gray area. If you're going like, okay, Kelsey, let's say you and I are together, okay? If you're going through my phone with the thought of let me see if he's texting other girls, as opposed to let me just my phone's in the other room. Let me just scroll on TikTok real quick. Hold on. Let me just scroll on TikTok real quick. Those are two different things.
No, so here's my thing is like
Yeah, you're going through
no,
DMs.
listen, it wouldn't be like let me see what you're doing on your phone, but like I don't know if I grab your phone for something and I'm like, oh well, let me look at this while I'm here
But
and
what are
just
you looking
look
at? But what are you looking at?
whatever I want, the
Okay,
DMs, the
that's what
search
I'm saying. You're
history,
looking for
the call
something to
log,
see.
the deleted
But
messages,
that's what I'm
the
saying.
hidden
You're
apps, the
looking.
secret apps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're looking at shit because you don't trust that person.
I think out of curiosity mainly.
That is an
because
insecurity issue. I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
I
I think
think
it's
so.
just let me just see what's in here.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
looking
it's.
through shit.
I think if you could argue that they have an immense amount of trust if he were to just give up his phone willingly.
Those are two
Yeah.
different things, though. And here's the thing: if I give up my phone willingly and you go through my DMs and you don't find anything, I'm then turning around and saying, "You don't fucking trust me. You look like a fucking idiot now. See you later."
I don't think it's that serious.
Bill's
It's
really
like
angry right now.
I know,
Because
I
it's
feel
like
Scared.
as like if you can't trust your partner and you feel the need to look at their DMs trying to find something, you shouldn't be
not
with that
trying
person.
to. I feel like it
But you're
would
just
be for
like you should not be going like, okay, let's say for example with guys we have group chats, we send each other DMs of whatever. You have no right to go through my private shit, regardless if I'm hiding something or not. You have no right to do that, just like I have no right to go through your phone.
regardless if you're hiding something or not. Sounds a little gaslighty.
I'm not saying gaslighty. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying regardless of what you think, you do not have a right to go through my personal stuff. I'm not hiding anything, but you do not have a right to go behind my back and do that. If I'm right there beside you, go through my phone. Go ahead. And then after you go through my phone, you give me my phone back. What were you looking for? Did you find
So
something
it's
that you were looking for?
So it's the sneaky
know.
part that you're kind of. It's the sneaky part.
It's more
that you
so the
don't
sneaky
fuck with.
part. I don't fuck with the sneaky
But then
part.
even if she's not being sneaky, you'd be like, well, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
looking for?
Because exactly, why are you going? Hold on. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right? And this is why I'm telling you, it's not it. Am I doing something that is making you feel the need to go through my phone and look through stuff? If that is the case, then me and you have to have a conversation. If you then turn around and say, no, there's no reason, I just want to go through your phone, that's a red flag for me because you have trust issues outside of our relationship.
I don't know. I feel like it's just whatever it is. Like maybe I'm just curious. I want to see
But why are you curious?
who are in your DMs.
But why are you curious?
I don't know. Just because
Because
I want to know. I mean,
personally, your Wi-Fi needs to change.
I don't want to fucking know. It still
Listen, if they're doing shady
it
shit,
says I have great connection right now. So
if they're doing
I
shady
don't wanna know.
if they're doing shady shit,
blind.
that will eventually come up. Listen, as someone that
I
has
don't want
gotten
to know. It's
listen,
gonna hurt my feelings.
listen, in my
it's gonna hurt my feelings. I don't wanna know.
in my past relationships, I did shady shit. I'm not gonna fucking sit here.
but here's the thing though. I don't feel like there's any sort of shady things going on. Majority of the time, I just am like nosy and I just want to.
But what I'm trying to
See,
ask you,
I don't
Amanda,
know.
is why are you nosy? What is it that makes you nosy?
I don't
You're
know.
looking for a problem, and I'm not saying your partner is
I'm
doing.
not.
You are though. How
I'm
are you not?
not.
What is the
I
then
wanna-
what is the
I just
purpose?
want
Bro,
to
scroll on
know.
TikTok on my phone. I don't give a shit. But why are you going through my DMs?
I don't know.
Like, okay, for example,
Oh yeah.
what if someone
You tell me.
what if someone DMs me, I don't reply. But I can't control what someone says to me or sends to me or
Yeah,
anything.
I would never be upset for someone getting a message. Like that's just stupid. Who the fuck do you think I am? A lunatic? I wouldn't be like, why'd she
The
message you
jury's out
this?
now.
You must have deleted something prior to this.
Well,
for
you
her to
just said
message
you go through
this.
deleted messages, so I don't know.
Just saying.
I think women sometimes feel the need to look for that stuff just because of like A, maybe past trauma, but B, also a fear of like not wanting to look stupid or played.
Then you're not ready.
If there was something going on.
Then you're not ready to be in a
Yeah.
relationship.
Okay, here comes the fucking. You have to be 100% healed
No,
to
that's
even
not what
talk
I'm
to
saying.
someone.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, then what are you saying?
You clearly have inner traumas from your past. You shouldn't be bringing that to
Right.
a next relationship.
No, I don't think you have to bring it in a negative way, but I think, like you said, I think there's a mix. I think there's a gray area, is what I'm saying, between your two ideas.
Fair.
I think that in general, yes, if you're going and looking for something in your partner's phone, something might be deeper rooted there. But I also think there's a kind of a harmless way to do it if you're in a long-standing relationship with someone like Amanda, and you're like, well, what the fuck are you doing on your phone? Like, I don't think there's like, I don't know. I get where you're coming from, Phil. I do. I think that's probably where I lean more towards, but I also see like, I don't think Amanda's doing it out of like
Well,
negativity
I
and like
will say,
trying to find something.
I don't look at my significant other's phone hardly ever. But I'm saying if I have it for whatever reason, or he's like, oh, look at this, and he shows me something, and I'm like, oh, let me look at this real quick. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just because out of curiosity.
Are you going behind your man's back looking through his phone?
No, I have never.
Okay, that's a different story.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're, which a person that I'm close with, and I don't want to say her name, but she has major insecurities to where she's like has passwords where she'll sign into accounts and when they don't know about it and look through everything. And I'm talking like weekly. You know what I mean? It's so unhealthy and it's just crazy. But the sad part about it is if she found something, she would still
Like
stay
she
with the
would
guy.
stay. Yeah, she would stay.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point?
And honestly, it's mental exhaustion because I'm like her venting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all this stuff. And I'm just like, no. Like I could never do that. Crazy.
Yeah, if you're having to do that all the time, like that, you're in a state of just constant anxiousness.
Yeah.
Who I could never.
Listen,
I could
I'm
never
not
care
gonna
that
lie.
much.
I used to be that guy. I used to be very insecure. I went through my past partner's phones looking for shit. Like it happens, I get it, but I'm at a point now, and it's like I'm not gonna go through your phone because at the end of the day, if something is going on, it's gonna somehow come up.
I feel like I passed that. I feel like before when I was younger, probably, you know what I mean? Like I was very like, what's going on? What are you doing? Who are you texting? Like, you know what I mean? But now that I'm older, I'm just like, it is what it is. But, and that's why I feel like I didn't agree with you like entirely, Phil, because I'm not going through something like,
But
what's going on
the
here?
way you
You know what I
worded it
mean?
was like you worded it in a weird way where you were like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go through your phone just because I want to."
Well, because I feel like that I should be able to. Like, if
She
I,
feels like in a relationship,
You
there should be a trust there
should.
that
You
you should
should.
be able to.
Yes,
yeah,
100%. You should.
and I don't, but I'm saying, like, if I'm
Allegedly.
like, I'm saying if I'm like, oh, like, can I see your phone? You shouldn't have any problem with saying, okay.
Right.
I feel like the red flag would be, why do you want to see my phone? You don't trust me?
Yeah, you're.
I see. That's why I could see both
I love your wall,
sides.
Amanda.
Sorry, I had to plug in my.
I could see both sides. Personally, I don't want to know. It's gonna hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna like the outcome most likely. So I'm just gonna keep it. Ignorance is bliss on that for me until it comes to light some other way. I don't really need to go looking for it.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna be looking for it, behind their back, you're gonna try and find something. You're gonna try and see something that's gonna stick eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I stay single.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
know that was a choice for you, Phil.
Yo.
Just kidding. I had to get one in.
I'm literally dead.
All right. Go through
That's wild.
your fucking bullshit.
The sad part about it is that most, actually, all of the things are in another language. So sometimes my broken Spanish may not translate well, and I may or may not have been like, "What the fuck is this? Huh?" And he's like, "What? Who's Angel? Huh?" And there's like, "Angel is my friend from school.
It's an
It's a
interesting
guy."
name. That's an interesting name to bring up.
No, oh no, because I say this because this is based on true events, because it's a guy, and typically it's Angel is a like Latino name, like for a guy.
Angel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, anyways, I'm not gonna expose my crazy on here. Stop trying to fucking rage bait me, Phil.
It worked.
Guys, if you wait, what are we like rounding it out?
Huh?
Yes.
Are we rounding it out the time wise?
Yeah, we're at 51 minutes.
Okay, last topic. If hypothetically you were kidnapped,
Oh my god, here we go.
if hypothetically you were kidnapped and you had to send a text, let's say for all intents and purposes our group chat, okay? And the kidnapper was watching you text, what text message would you send to try and alert each other that you were in trouble?
I never thought of this, but it just came to my mind. I'd probably ask you guys, like, hey, did you guys end up meeting up for dinner today?
That's actually a smart one. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know, me too. Honestly, I feel like I couldn't say anything
I'd be
because
fucked.
you guys would just think it's normal.
I know. I feel, yeah. I would have to say something like, I'm pregnant or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would have to say something wildly out there that you guys would be like, but I feel like all of us, like, this is with a lot of my friendships too. Like, I feel like nothing would really trigger. They'd be like, Kelsey, what the, are you having a stroke? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, they just wouldn't even think
Yeah,
like
we
anything
would all be fucked.
was like wrong.
Like, you would say,
Yeah.
I'm pregnant, and I'd be like, Kelsey, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or I might do something like, oh, like I'm just like in the car, I'm on my way to church or something. Like I would say like I'm on my way somewhere to
Oh,
try and
yeah.
trigger like you guys looking at my location or something. I don't know. But like to try and do it covertly, I feel like most of the time my friends would be like, shut the fuck up.
So if
I
ever,
feel like,
no, go ahead.
I don't know.
If I ever ask you guys
Um,
if you guys ended up meeting up for dinner, just know that that's what it is.
I
Okay,
feel
perfect.
like with me and Kelsey, because we would always say something just like out of pocket or whatever. You know what I mean? Like mine could be like, "Oh my gosh, I woke up on the roof naked." You just be like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like,
what happened?
I'd be like,
Yeah,
bro,
you
put on
could
some clothes.
just-
Again?
Yeah,
Again?
I know. Or then I could say something totally normal, like, "Oh, I'm taking my kids here," or I don't. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Everything would just be normal.
These kids are driving me
No.
insane today. You could say that. And then I'd probably
Yeah,
be
but
like,
that
bro,
wouldn't,
leave
I
Junior
wouldn't be
alone.
like,
No one would suspect.
no one would
anything
suspect she's
off.
kidnapped from that.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
we could have a code word now. Like, that could be our code words.
Oh. I guess that's not a bad
For
idea.
me, it's steak. For you, it's pregnancy. And for her, it's, oh, the kids are driving me crazy today.
Why is mine something completely normal and your guys is
Yeah.
Because you would never complain about your kids, but it's not that obvious. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like she would need something a little bit more obvious to us. Because what if one day she's like, guys, my kids are driving me nuts, and we're like, Amanda's kidnapped. We have to do something.
I'd probably end up being like, bro, leave Junior alone. That's my
She's
guy.
like, no. We show up at her house with the cops, and she's like, no, my kids were really just driving me crazy. No, I don't know. I feel like we really would only need to worry. I feel like the situations I get into, like we really only need to worry about me getting kidnapped in this group.
Yeah, that's true. So just you should
So-
probably have a code.
Yeah. If I ever say I'm pregnant, just know I'm kidnapped. But you guys have my location, I'm pretty sure.
I don't.
Good.
I do.
Amanda does.
I have everyone's location.
You don't
and
have.
I check
have
you don't
everyone's
have-
location,
you don't have
too.
Mine. You don't have mine.
You don't think I fucking slipped an AirTag in your shoe?
And
at
this
Kelsey's
is why
party?
you're proving that you're a lunatic.
Why don't you want us to have your location, Phil? What sketchy shit are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I think it just wastes more battery.
I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I think it does because it's constantly fetching your
Wait,
location.
what? My friend is in Greece right now? I didn't even know that.
Are you being kidnapped? Is that your code word? Because you've never said that randomly to us.
No, I just I'm
Alfie
looking at all my
is kidnapping her.
locations. I looked at all my locations and it says one of my friends is in Greece. Didn't realize. That's great.
Maybe she's kidnapped.
That's what I'm saying. That was way too weird. That was way too random.
No, I'm saying she's saying my friend might be kidnapped.
Oh, my bad.
I don't think so. All right.
All right, guys. I think
Anyways.
this was a long, like, I feel like we spoke about like one or two topics, but like it was a long episode. It was good.
Yeah.
So don't forget to subscribe to Truly Chaotic on all socials. Follow, like, subscribe, share, fucking
Comment.
send it to your mom, send it to your dad,
If
send
you
it to
see-
your
if you
aunts
watch-
and uncles.
If
Send
you
it
watch
to your
the
brother,
thing-
cousins.
Yes.
If you watch the entire episode, drop a comment saying that Phil's haircut is ugly.
And if you listened past that, drop a comment saying Kelsey has a big fucking forehead.
And that's it. Good
if
night,
you listen,
everybody.
if you listened past that,
What's that?
say Amanda's a lunatic going through DMs. Thank you.
I'm justified. I can do whatever I want.
All right, guys.
Okay. Bye.
Catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye.